Hello students, I am Dr. Sachin Desai and I'll be speaking on family dynamics in India and its influence on geriatric health. So we would define what a family is, we'll see what are the factors influencing family dynamics, we'll see the impact of family dynamics on health, caregiver burden, and we'll recommend based on the topics discussed. So, family is a group of biologically related individuals living together under the same roof and sharing a common kitchen. A caregiver is a person who takes care of the sick or the old person at home. Caregiver burden is a burden among the family member or a paid helper who regularly looks after the sick or a child or an elderly or a disabled person. Activities of daily living are those activities like dressing, grooming, bathing, eating, getting in and out of bed or chair, taking a bath or a shower, or using a toilet. Instrumental activities of daily living are those activities that allow an individual to live independently in the community. Example, telephone use, shopping, or banking. So, a family is a basic unit in the society. It's a cornerstone of all human societies. It's a closely knit society and institution in India, and it is a place of refuge and comfort and also provides encouragement to all the family members. So, elderly are most happy with their family, especially with their children and also with their grandchildren. Family dynamics has a significant impact on the health of the elderly and in both positive and negative ways. So, what influences family dynamics? The nature of the parents' relationship with their children and grandchildren, the number of children in the family, the personalities of the family members, and any absent parent, a mix of members living with different personalities would definitely impact the caregiving and the household environment. The level and the type of influence from the extended family, if it's a joint or a large family, would be totally a different scenario compared to a nuclear family. What would also influence the elderly care or a family dynamics is having a sick person in home or a disabled individual. Events like a divorce, trauma, death, unemployment, or homelessness could significantly impact the positive dynamics of the family. Culture and ethnicity, beliefs and gender roles, parenting practices, power or status of the family members will definitely impact and have their personalities influenced on all the members. Habits like substance abuse, alcohol, smoking, etc., and mental health difficulties and mental health issues in the family members would definitely impact and bring about a negative family dynamics. Sociocultural factors would also play a role in the family dynamics in India. So, nature of attachments in the family, how well the parents are bonded with their children, their grandchildren, how well the previous generations, like parents and grandparents, have inculcated the family values and are in good terms and in good relationship with their senior generations. The social, economic, and political aspects would also play a role in family dynamics. Poverty would have a negative impact on the family dynamics in elderly care. Now, we have divided the family social networks into three broad headings into socio demographic factors, contextual factors, and cultural and emotional factors. Literacy, will definitely play an impact. More the literate the individual, better understanding of family dynamics. If the residence is placed in an urban or a rural area, it will definitely impact and have a better family dynamics, and it would definitely support the family networks. Better socioeconomic status would be supportive. Contextual factors like an employment status of an individual or the group of individuals who are working, leading to an earning member and per capita distribution of the resources per individual will definitely have a positive role. Cultural factors like the quality and type of relationship with the elderly, the place of residence of the caregiver will definitely impact and will definitely have a support system. The other socio-demographic factors include the number of household members. More the members would definitely have a better uh, division of labor or caregiving, but more number of members if if in the migratory condition or if they are having a low socioeconomic status, it would have a negative impact. More the number of family members, definitely more number of caregivers. If more and contextual factors include the retirement status or receiving pensions for their senior citizen age, health facilities, access to health facilities nearby home, and the place of residence would play a role here. The quality of affection, values, sense of solidarity, and religious beliefs will definitely have a positive impact through which is inculcated through the culture and emotional factors of a family support network. Factors that influence elderly care are can be summarized as a changing family structure is in this modern era from a joint family to a nuclear family will definitely have a negative impact because lesser the number of family members, more the burden on a single caregiver or caregivers of the spouse, thus having caregiver burden and strain. There would be intergenerational transfers. For example, an interaction between a grandparent and a granddaughter or a grandson would definitely prevent cognitive decline in the elderly and would help better cognition in the younger children. The current status of the elderly would be dependent on how well he is receiving the caregiving. Elderly security, social integration will definitely play a role, and the state of informal organizations nearby the residents and their support will have a positive impact. So, thus, a closely knit and a supportive family with strong emotional bonding, well to do and economically well being family will definitely have an increased overall health in terms of physical, nutritional, and cognitive well being in the elderly. However, the opposite can also be true. The negative aspects, there would be stress and strain and conflict related to caregiving. Divorce or migration would have a negative impact. Potential changes in the ideology, like respecting the elderly and caregiving for him, may erode the intergenerational solidarity. So, thus, the role of family in elderly care is very important and they provide a continued care. They have been providing it from the past and it is will play an important role in the future as well. They are an important source of social and financial support, providing care during illness to the elderly, assisting the elderly in their activities of daily living and also in their instrumental activities of daily living. and they would also have to play additional role in case of a mentally ill or a disabled elderly. There are newer concepts here which we would want to discuss related to the intergenerational bonding, adopting a grandpa, volunteering for caregiving, and caregiver burnout prevention. So intergenerational bonding is a concept which is uh, come up in the Western society and which we need to inculcate in the Eastern or Indian context, where the elderly are made to interact with the children and grandchildren so that they would be preventing cognitive decline and the children would be enhancing their knowledge and cognitive development of the child through the experiences of the elderly. The school children or the college children can adopt a grandpa and volunteer to caregive after their working hours or after the school or college hours. Caregiver burnout prevention can also be done by sharing the responsibility of caregiving equally by all members. Interaction with senior citizens as a part time school program is an essential and a newer concept which we need to inculcate in all schools and colleges. Children learn from elders, and the elders have better cognitive health, thus preventing decline in the elderly and enhancing cognition in the younger children by such activities. There's another concept also that we would want to discuss here is the caregiver burnout prevention. By equally sharing the responsibility of caregiving of the elderly, we can ease the workload or the pressures on a single or a working caregiver. So, frequent relaxation breaks and uh, support to the caregiver will definitely impact on the positive well being of the caregiver. Assessing the nutritional status of the caregiver and assessing well being once in a fortnight, if they are continuously doing the job of caregiving, will definitely have a positive impact on the caregiver and prevent caregiver burnout. So, we will discuss in short about what this intergenerational program or intergenerational bonding is. So, as per the International Consortium of Intergenerational Program, what it is defined as a social service that involves the ongoing and purposeful exchange of resources between the members of an younger and an older generation is intergenerational program or an intergenerational bonding. So, thus, having this intergenerational program and preventing cognitive decline in the elderly through this intergenerational bonding and interaction is an important aspect which we need to consider and inculcate in the children and the grandchildren so that the seniors and the younger generation are benefited. Supporting the caregiver by sharing the responsibility of caregiving, preventing caregiver burnout should be emphasized. There are a few YouTube links related to the art of intergenerational bonding and art of aging, intergenerational learning on YouTube, which you can have a look for further information. These are the references, and to conclude, what I want to emphasize is the family has a positive role. The personalities in the family will definitely impact the caregiving, and the role of the family in elderly care will definitely be beneficial if everybody get united to have better health and with the concept of well-being for both the elderly and the children through intergenerational bonding activities and caregiver burnout prevention. So, with this concept, we would want to end this discussion, and I want to thank the organizers of the UG Geriatrics senior faculty for giving me this opportunity to speak on this topic. Thank you very much.